Hi, it's March and it's time for another vlog. Now, this month's vlog is about how to deal with people that have a different opinion to you. And the reason that I'm doing this is because there are so many things happening in the world right now that have caused a lot of opinions to come out. You know, things have happened, votes have taken place, decisions have been made, and not everyone agrees with them. So what happens if you come across someone that you don't agree with? Well, the word for this month is kiss. Now, don't worry, I'm not encouraging you to kiss people that you do not agree with, but we can use the letters of this word to understand how to manage them. So the first one is K. K is for keep in mind that other people have other life experiences to you. So from your life experience, the things that you've been taught, the experiences that you've been through, it might make complete sense for you to think the way that you do about things. But for other people who have been taught different things, who have experienced a different way of life, then it makes complete sense for them, in their mind, to think the way that they do about things. So it's important that we keep that in mind, because otherwise we'll be having conversations with people and you have that question going through your mind, which is, how can you think that? How can you say that? How could you have voted that way? So keep in mind that other people do have different life experiences, other life experiences to yours. I stands for ideals. Now, with this, we need to understand that everyone has their own idea of what they'd really like life to be like. We all have our own ideals. Wouldn't it be wonderful if life was like this and people thought in that way and things were done like this? But remember that even though we have ideals for life, it isn't always going to go that way. Ideally, you'd like something to happen, but it doesn't mean it's going to. So just be aware that sometimes there may be disappointment in life. There may be a different way of doing things that for you is not ideal. But remember, these things aren't a must. It's not a rule. It's an ideal that you have, but it's not necessarily going to be adhered to. Our first S is for the word selective. Now, depending on where you work, where you study, the places that you hang out, the places that you have to go, maybe where you shop, you can't always be selective of who is going to be around you. You may be confronted with people that think the exact opposite to you, but you can be selective with the topic of conversation you have with that person. You don't have to talk politics, you don't have to talk religion, you don't have to talk about these things with people that you know think completely differently to you, because that's going to be a situation where you know that things are going to be difficult for you and for them. So instead, avoid those topics of conversation. Be selective about what you speak to them about, how often you speak to them, how deeply you speak to them. And if someone comes to you and wants to start a conversation about things that you know you do not agree on, change the topic, change the subject. Tell them that you don't really want to talk about that. And maybe you need to be honest. Maybe you say, look, I know that you and I don't agree on this, so let's not talk about this right now. Let's talk about something else. So remember that you're not, in a position where you have to talk about things, where you have to always argue your case. Of course, there is a time and a place for doing that, for standing up for what you believe, but you can also be selective with who and when you talk about certain things. And the final S is for smile. Now, I mean, with this one, again, this might feel like you're just bowing out of something. You want to stand up for what you believe. You can't believe that someone else is thinking in another way. But sometimes the nicest thing that you can say is nothing at all. And you can do that wonderfully with a smile. You can say to someone, let's agree to disagree, and smile. Someone says something, a group of people are talking, and you just smile and walk away. We don't all have to be there fighting for what we believe every single step of every single day. But remember that they're thinking the same thing too, that you need to see their opinion and you need to understand where you've gone wrong. So sometimes it's good just to smile. So the word for March is kiss. And hopefully it's something that's going to help you to get through those awkward moments, those difficult times with people that don't have the same opinion with you, that don't agree on what you're saying, you don't agree with them. It's not always about fighting your case. Sometimes it's about stepping back. So do remember the word KISS, and hopefully that will get you through the month, as well as the years ahead, however long we need it for.